The internet can be a strange and kind of a weird place for horror. It can equal parts create some of the most terrifying pieces of media ever read or seen, as well as turn said pieces of media into surreal memes and inside jokes that sometimes completely transcend that piece of media. About a year ago, I discussed this in a video of mine on the history of internet horror and how the medium has been used to entertain us with memes, trends, and popular pieces of media rather than outright scare us compared to the earlier examples of internet horror. In that video, I briefly mentioned an urban legend regarding a woman who was pushed into a sewer manhole opening, with her vengeful spirit vowing to game end anyone who doesn't believe her story. This was the infamous chain email known as Carmen Winstead. Little did I know that when making that video and mentioning the urban legend that was more than a decade old at that point, it would suddenly become somewhat of a meme amongst the internet community, mainly around the social media app TikTok. Tonight, we will discuss and investigate the true story of Carmen Winstead and why her tragic and horrific tale has started to become somewhat popular amongst internet subcultures now. The story of Carmen Winstead, also known as They Pushed Her, is not for the faint of heart or easily anxious. The legend goes that it's seemingly random. An email would appear out of nowhere in your inbox with the subject line reading, "They pushed her," an ominous yet intriguing first line as you open up the email and begin to read. The story provided goes as follows. Carmen Winstead was 17 years old when her parents decided to move to Indiana. Her father had lost his job and the only way he could find a new employment was by moving to a new state. The relocation caused a lot of problems for Carmen. She had to leave her friends behind and attend a whole new school in Indiana. There and then, she decided that she couldn't take the bullying any longer. She planned to stay behind that evening, after school, and tell her teacher what had been happening. Unfortunately, her decision came too late to save her life. They pushed her, and she tripped over and fell headfirst down the manhole. When they saw her falling, the girls started giggling, and when Carmen's name was called out, they shouted, "She's down in the sewer." All of the other students began laughing, but when the teachers looked down the manhole and saw Carmen's body lying at the bottom in the muck and the poop, the laughter abruptly stopped. Her head was twisted around at an odd angle, and her face was covered in blood. Worse still, she wasn't moving. There was nothing any of the teachers could do for her. Carmen was dead. When the police arrived and went down into the sewer, they determined that she had broken her neck. Her face had been torn off when she hit the ladder on the way down, and her neck snapped when she landed on her head on the concrete at the bottom. The police hauled Carmen's body out of the sewer and sent her to the mortuary. Everyone had to stay behind after school while the police questioned all of Carmen's classmates. The 5 girls lied to the police, saying they had witnessed Carmen falling down the sewer. The police believed the girls, and Carmen Winstead's death was ruled as an accident, and the case was closed. Everyone thought that this was the last they would hear of Carmen Winstead. They were wrong. Months later, Carmen's classmates began receiving strange emails on their MySpaces. The emails were titled, "They Pushed Her," and claimed that Carmen hadn't really fallen down the sewer. She had been pushed. The email also warned that the guilty people should own up and take responsibility for their crime. If they didn't, there would be horrible consequences. Most people dismissed the emails as a hoax, but others were not so sure. A few days later, one of the girls who pushed Carmen down the sewer was at home taking a shower when she heard a strange, cackling laugh. It seemed to be coming from the drain. The girl started to freak out and ran out the bathroom. That night, the girl said goodnight to her mom and went to sleep. 5 hours later, her mom was awoken in the middle of the night by a loud noise that resounded throughout the house. She ran into the daughter's room, only to find it empty. There was no trace of the girl. The worried mother called the police, and when they arrived, they conducted a search of the area. Eventually, they discovered the girl's grisly remains. Her corpse was lying in the sewer, covered in muck and poop. Her neck was broken, and her face was missing. It had been completely torn off. One by one, all of the girls who pushed Carmen that day were found dead. They had all been killed in exactly the same way, and were all found exactly in the same spot, in the sewer at the bottom of the same uncovered manhole where Carmen had met her doom. But the killing didn't stop there. More and more of Carmen's former classmates were found dead. It seemed that anyone who didn't believe that Carmen had been pushed was eventually found down in the sewer with their necks broken and their faces torn off. They say that Carmen's ghost is still on the rampage, hunting down anyone who doesn't believe her story. According to the legend, Carmen will get you, whether it is from a sink, shower, or a drain. When you go to sleep, you'll wake up in the sewer, in complete darkness, paralyzed, unable to move, hearing that cackling laughter all around you. Then, as you scream in horror, Carmen will come and tear your face off. So be careful who you bully. You might find yourself on the receiving end of the curse of Carmen Winstead. This is what is known as a chain email. Chain emails serve as sort of the original copypasta / creepypasta, usually something people share amongst each other under the guise that what is written is completely real and not a work of fiction, or in some cases, blatant misinformation. Chain emails are very old methods of horror media, only really being relevant during the infancy stages of emails being used for personal means. Yet, here we are in the current year talking about them. The earliest account of Carmen Winstead's story is allegedly from 2006, and is considered one of the earliest creepypastas at this point due to the themes it contains as well as how it was written and passed along throughout the internet. Carmen Winstead's story has not been forgotten since the days of MySpace and chain emails. The story has garnered memes, fan creations, a recent Friday Night Funkin' mod, and is even still shared as a factual story on boomer-ridden sites like Facebook. Carmen Winstead is not the only horror-based chain email, but is possibly the most memorable and popular one, as in 2022, the story, or at least a rendition of the story, would start to become a popular meme amongst the TikTok community.
Hi, my name is Winstead. I'm 17 years old. I am very similar to you. Did I mention to you that of girls?
In early 2022, a sound began to pop up on several TikTok videos. The videos themselves would contain several random yet hilarious memes and photos, as a text-to-speech rendition of the Carmen Winstead story would play, with a loud noise partially interrupting it. That sound apparently came from an Arabic-based meme about a sleeping man, but the Carmen Winstead audio comes from a video uploaded to YouTube in 2014 that recounts a bastardized version of the original story through a text-to-speech format.
Hi, my name is Carmen Winstead. I'm 17 years old. I am very similar to you. Did I mention to you that I'm dead? A few years ago, a group of girls pushed me down a sewer hole to try and embarrass me. When I didn't come back up, the police came. The girls said that I had fell and everyone believed them. The police found my body in the sewer. I had a broken neck and my face was torn off.
Ideally on its own, the video would be kinda creepy, and was for a little while as I sat listening to this at 3:30 in the morning writing the script, but with the terrible writing, choice of words, and now the sound effect added, this video sort of starts to lose its factor in terms of creepiness. And there you have it, the short but sweet origin of Carmen Winstead, a fictional dead girl that everyone on the internet is talking about right now. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out my history on internet horror for more content similar to Carmen Winstead. If you have any suggestions for videos, be sure to let me know in the comments below, or hit me up on Twitter or Instagram, links in the description. I'm also a lot more active on my TikTok as well, so follow me there too, link in the description. That being said, I hope you all enjoyed the video. This has been Yoshimi, and have a good night.